I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's webcast. I'm standing in front of our ministry here at Prophecy in the News in Oklahoma City to show you the construction that we've been doing over the last few weeks. If you'll notice, this roof line here above the front door used to be a flat roof, and it was always holding water and dripping inside when it rains. But we've now put a new roof on it, and we've also closed in our atrium area. It used to be sort of a little patio area between the buildings. We've closed it in. You can see the roof line up here. We have built a new television studio, or that is, we're in the process of constructing it. The outside is finished now. You can see the roof is on it. We'll take you around and show you a few areas. We've now moved the camera over to our loading dock and another viewpoint of what we're doing. You can see the loading dock of our warehouse here. And by the way, we bought this building several years ago when the Savings and Loan Associations in Oklahoma went belly up. We were able to get this building for $19 a square foot. This new construction is costing a little over $50 a square foot. At least that's what we figure so far. But you can see we got a real bargain when we bought. Now, you'll see all the lumber that we have here. I'll move out of the way so you can see that lumber. And notice the construction over here. We have closed in the atrium area, and we've built a building 16 feet tall. The ceiling is 16 feet above the floor. We're putting our new television studio in there. Why are we putting a television studio here when we have one in another building just across the way? Well, because we're putting everything under one roof. That building over there, if you want to swing around just a minute, El Rey, and get a picture of that. This is the building that we bought. We own both of these buildings, and we have our television studio in that building. And that building could be sold and the money used to go on more television stations. And so this is one reason why we're selling it. By the way, cost about $1,500 a month for the utilities over there. We're going to save that by closing down that building, put everything under one roof. I'm excited about the possibility of getting our television studio over here so that everyone will be in one building, and we'll be able then to save monthly money that we're paying out of our budget. But this building is actually enhancing the value of the overall complex. And this is, of course, I think going to really help us in order to beautify the area and then to make this television studio what it needs to be as we get everyone under one roof and utilize all the parts of the building. For several years, by the way, we've had parts of this building closed down because we just didn't have the staff to utilize it all. Closing down the building behind me, we'll be able to utilize all of the room that we have in this building. You may be able to hear the hammers going on inside. We have finally finished the outside construction. You see a few pieces of lumber leaning up against the wall there. They're putting on the outside trim today, and then working inside, putting up the walls for the television studio. And we're going to have a control booth in there and also a television studio. Gary says that we should get a new design. And maybe we can have something a little nicer to look at while we're on the set. Anyway, my point is this. We're doing this because we feel the need. It will help us financially over the months, in the months ahead, to be able to save the cost of that building, to be able to sell that building and use the funds to propagate the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ and to tell more and more people about our Lord's soon return. I want you to know that during the summer, we have had a little bit of a lean time. Don't know why, but we closed out our fiscal year on June 30th in the red. Last year, we were in the black. This year, I thought because the economy had faltered that we would falter in our ministry, but for several months, we just kept going great guns. But when the summer hit, after April, in fact, our finances began to fall off a little bit. Now, had I known this, I probably wouldn't have started this project this soon. But we were able to find some crews that needed the work and were able to give us a good price. But I tell you what, I need your help. I need to take an old-fashioned offering. We don't have telethons, so we're not awash in funds. But if you could see fit, the Lord lay it on your heart, we need some help to finish this building. We're about $50,000 behind in our budget right now, and this building here is costing us another $50,000. That's $100,000 I need. We need it here at the ministry, Prophecy in the News, just to be able to catch up and stay up with our budget and with our costs. If we had, 1,000 people give a $100 gift, that'd be $100,000 and no problem. So it's not a big problem. It's not like we're broke. We're just hurting a little bit, trying to keep up with the bills that are coming in. Today, for example, we're having to write checks for $25,000. Now, where am I going to get that money to cover it? Well, of course, we have a good standing at the bank, and the bank is going to cover it for us. But, hey, they charge interest. So I'm asking you, will you help us here at the ministry? If the Lord lays it on your heart to have a part in this building, in the constructing of this new studio, God will bless you for it. You remember, you can't outgive the Lord. So please help us out today, will you? By the way, last month we received two $5,000 gifts to help us with our construction that we had started in remodeling a couple of the offices here, and we are so grateful for that. We thank you. If you could match it with a $5,000 gift, fine. By the way, 1,000 people giving $100 doesn't sound like a lot. The only problem is we haven't had that many people give $100 at one time before. So I'm not saying that it couldn't happen, but I'm saying if you could give more than 100, if you could give 25, if you could give 500 or 1,000 or a larger gift, I would appreciate it. I know our Lord would love you for it. Remember, it's His ministry, not mine. I'm just here standing in until the Lord calls us home. And you might be thinking, well, if the Lord's going to come next month, when did they start this building project? That's a good question. I've been wondering about that myself. Except if the Lord doesn't come for a couple more years, we'll be able to save enough in income on that building over there, and when we sell that building, be able to put the money into the gospel going out. That's one of the main reasons why we need this closed in over here and a new television studio. So call us at the office Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and give your donation. You could use a credit card, debit card, whatever you want to do. If you want to send a check, fine. We'll put the address up on the screen here. And our telephone number is 1-800-475-1111. Will you call today? I hope you will. God bless you for it. I'm J.R. Church. We'll see you again Monday with our analysis of the news. Have a great weekend.